Hello there, Romans here and welcome to my next music review. I review every album from a viewpoint of a musician, as I am a singer, songwriter and a bass player for my own group Jakobe. And if you have clicked on this video, it means you like progressive music, so you may just as well like our debut album Pursuits in Life that was released something like 2 months ago, and it's a pretty heavy prog rock music without guitars. Instead you have drums, bass, saxophone and keyboards, making it pretty much one-of-a-kind record. And you can check it out, it's everywhere digitally on Spotify, Tidal, Deezer, Amazon, iTunes, but it's also available in this digipack format with a very beautiful 20 pages long booklet that if you buy CDs I think you will love. And you can find the first single, We're Building Our Own Monument, on my YouTube channel. You can check that out and let me know how you like it. And today I'm going to review the new album Automata II, if I pronounce it right, from Between the Buried and Me.
Music review. Music review.
Between the Buried and Me is a band that I've been aware of for quite some time, and it has been recommended to me by quite a few people, but somehow I've never really got around to listen to any of their records. And the way I pick up my records for a review is that I check out the new releases every week, and if there is a record that somehow interests me, I check it out, I listen to it and I do a review. And when I found out Between the Buried and Me, I was like, haven't they already released a record earlier this year? And they have. I haven't reviewed it because somehow I just missed it and I was too busy. But my first thought was like, the second album this year, and both of them are like 30 minutes, they could have put it into one package as a double album, or they could have put it on one disc. I mean, what a calculated bastards. But then, I just realized that this was a pretty common practice back in the 70s and even late 60s. I mean, bands like King Crimson, Rush, even Queen, they released like 2 records in 1 year. And usually these records were, by the limitation of LP, around 40 minutes, sometimes longer, sometimes shorter. And I honestly do prefer records that are shorter, because when there's a record that's like 60 minutes and longer, then the record has to be pretty various and pretty colorful in order to keep my attention. But if it's shorter, it's easier, and I think quality always beats quantity. And this album is 33 minutes long, and it feels like every moment, every minute on a record is important. Lately I've been reviewing quite a lot of records that were very average and that I don't really want to listen to ever again, and I found it very tiring because I want to recommend music rather than criticize it on my channel. And finally, after a pretty long time, there's a record that blew me away. I think that Tremonti's new album was the last one that I was really blown away with, but then for a long time nothing. And I've heard this record 7 times as of now, and it just makes me wonder, why haven't I listened to this band before? The album opens up with the song The Proverbial Below, which has just such a bombastic beginning. Like for 2 minutes you've got that progressive epicness. It's a very adventurous song, and I think adventurous is probably the best adjective for the whole record. Then you've got some like dark piano-based parts, then some dreamy parts, then some really heavy prog parts, and I really love that. I'm not really a big fan of growling, especially that type of growling that you hear on this record, but the growls are very well balanced with the clean vocals. You've got beautiful melodies and harmonies, and it really seems like this song has it all. There's even one part where they sing "The mark is spotted" from that part, and you've got like the lead vocals mixed with the delayed version of backing vocals. It sounds very interesting, it gives it very unique feel. And then towards the end the song kind of brightens up. This is a 13 minutes long song, and it really is a song, along with the rest of the record, that you really need to keep getting back to kind of appreciate. But what a ride this is, really. The second track is the shortest one, called Glide, and it seems like this combination of theatrical parts mixed with piano-based parts. It kind of sounds like in a circus, and this kind of predicts the attitude the following track will have. Voice of Trespass is the third track, and wow, this was one hell of a ride, really. This is a song that kind of sounds like the sped up version of Remains of the Day, which is a song from the Corpse Bride movie. And it also kind of reminds me of the Diablo Swing Orchestra, even though I don't really listen to the group, but I am aware of the style of their music. And it's again so adventurous. I love the horn section. I mean, that's the reason why I decided to record my album with a saxophone instead of a guitar, because I think that the like saxophones, trumpets, and all these horn instruments, they just, I mean, they give so much. And really, the horn section kills the whole song. I mean, it's so amazing. Then you've got some jazzy, almost like flamenco guitars that remind me of a very few artists who actually attempted to combine metal with flamenco, like for example Ark from Norway or Conception at the beginning. Then you've got, it's like this combination of a death metal that's get very swingy, and then the song gets so heavy and groovy somewhere towards like the second half. And you've got such a great melody at the end, We Are Hollow, that part, and horn section comes back and it really lightens the mood. And wow, I mean, this song is, it's very unexpected track from a prog metal group, because it's just so adventurous. Well, there, I used it again. The final track is called The Grid, and this is a more heavy prog metal track. It's very serious and dark in tone as opposed to, for example, the previous two tracks. You've got slightly more growling, which is mixed with cleaner vocals, but it seems like growling is more dominant. But I actually like the aggressivity of this song, and it is probably the most difficult song to get familiar with, because even after having heard it for 7 times, I don't think I know it as well as the previous 3 tracks. And the second half starts with an acoustic guitar and it gets much more emotional. So to sum up, yet again I'm gonna mention that the quality always beats the quantity, and this was one hell of a ride. I really enjoyed this record a lot. I can't wait to rediscover the record they released earlier this year. So as of now, this is 9 points for me. Really, one of the best records I've heard this year. And well, if you're a fan of this band and you're watching this review, then let me know how well do you think this record compares to their previous work. If it is that different, which records would you recommend me to start with or to continue with? I really love this record. So if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, to subscribe, to check out my other reviews and my own original music and a lot of other content that I'm planning to release. Also, you can follow me on Facebook or on Instagram. You can find links to both in the description of a video below. And well, thanks a lot for watching.